I'm vivacious, eccentric, and I'm a Scorpio.
P. Diddy, man, what are you doing? Guys, you would not believe some of the things that P. Diddy's exes have been saying about him.
You know, it was a big problem, you know, and find out what's going on and be by, you know.
Starting off with Cassie Ventura, who just accused Diddy of taking advantage of her in an intimate way. In a complaint that was filed in 2023, Cassie claimed that Diddy tried to sign her to Bad Boy Records and then tried to start a romantic relationship with her even though she was already dating someone else. She says Diddy would kiss her without her permission and that she felt pressure to go along with his advances because she was worried about how it might affect her career.
It feels, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of anxiety.
And see, this was going on for a little bit of a while because when Cassie was 19, Diddy did sign her to his record label and they actually started dating. And in 2016, TMZ reported that Cassie tried to break up with Diddy, but he allegedly took her phone because he suspected her cheating. So then Cassie's mother called the police out of concern and no charges were filed from that particular case, but Cassie stayed dating Diddy.
You know, Puff has been so understanding with everything, so it's good.
2 years later, Cassie ended her relationship with Diddy for good, and according to someone named Love B. Scott, she wasn't happy because Diddy was seen with 2 other women. These were models, Jocelyn and Gina. And after the breakup, Cassie would end up stirring the pot, I guess, by writing a bunch of stuff on her Instagram story that's too explicit to say on this channel. However, just know that she ended up showing P. Diddy some love a month later and wished him a happy birthday on Instagram. So, I don't know. But Cassie didn't talk much about her relationship with P. Diddy for years.
Any relationship work, if it is working, is, you know, just not talking about it too much.
Until 2019, in an Instagram post, she shared that there was a time when she wasn't feeling her best while dating him. And in this post, there was a photo of Cassie sitting beside a window, and she was looking outside, and the pic had the caption, "This photo was taken of me in New York on May 31st, 2017. I feel sad for the girl in the picture because I know the personal demons that she was battling." Jennifer Lopez is our next victim who accuses P. Diddy of being extremely unfaithful. Surprise. But the J-Lo and P. Diddy relationship was actually one for the ages of gossip, just in terms of ridiculousness alone. J-Lo and P. Diddy basically hit a rough patch really early on when they were both arrested, and that attracted a lot of negative attention. Charges against J-Lo were quickly dropped, but P. Diddy was actually somehow acquitted with a firearm situation in Manhattan, and J-Lo basically tried to shift away from the incident, and it kind of worked because we haven't heard about it in 20 years. The relationship ended up lasting until 2001, but J-Lo just kept having too many concerns about P. Diddy being, you know, unloyal and unfaithful. She thought that he was always out partying with other women, and she would express her concerns about his fidelity. And here's the thing, like, she even made a song called "If You Had My Love," in which she actually spoke about it in an interview, saying that it took a toll on her emotional well-being. But despite all the challenges, J-Lo acknowledged that P. Diddy taught her some valuable lessons about the music industry, and in a 2019 interview, she said that it really did play a significant role in her life. Misa Hilton thought P. Diddy was bitter. See, Misa Hilton is a renowned stylist who's actually known for working with hip-hop legends like Lil Kim, even Mary J. Blige. And she began her career at just 17 years old with support from her then boyfriend, Mr. P. Diddy. I don't know, age warning? I'm not really sure what's going on here, because he was 5 years older. However, she shared with BET at the time that P. Diddy actually asked her to style a certain band after he received a promotion at Uptown Records, and she said that she would finish high school, yes, high school, early, and she would get out and, I don't know, just about noon, and would just go sit at Uptown Records. And then when she was 19, her and Diddy had a son together named Justin. Right after they had a son, P. Diddy began dating Kim Porter. But what's crazy here is that the relationship actually was a little bit nuts more recently in 2023 when their son Justin got arrested for a DUI, and then on Misa Hilton's Instagram story, she basically suggested that P. Diddy was setting a bad example for their son. As well as during a 2010 interview on a radio station, Misa Hilton opened up about Diddy's infidelity, once again, common theme, I don't know, you tell me, revealing that he cheated on her with a former friend named Kim and another friend, Sarah Chapman, before having children with both woman. Yeah. So Hilton suggested that P. Diddy was basically bothered by the fact that she didn't want to engage in a more intimate relationship with him, and this was actually what she believes led to him paying more child support to her. She claimed that he's still bitter, and that when you can have everything, sometimes you can't have that one little thing that you're not used to that. It can really destroy a relationship. And apparently she's been receiving about $5,500 monthly, and you know, I mean, at the end of the day, child support is child support, but they only had one child together and they just don't seem to be on great terms. She expressed disappointment when she had to resort to legal action and suggested that it just didn't reflect well on P. Diddy, as the perception basically projects that he wants the public to have a certain perception of him, but the reality is that she's just here asking for money. I don't know. Hollywood drama, am I right? But this is just the start, because let me tell you, some of the claims made by previous girlfriends of P. Diddy are just off the charts ridiculous.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
P. Diddy has some really dark facts about him that are not well known. Guys, you want to stick around for this one. They're quite shocking and you'll want to hear them. Diddy has quite the rap sheet, and we're not talking about songs. He was arrested in 2015 after an argument with a UCLA football coach ended with him in custody. According to TMZ, Diddy was watching his son Justin's football practice when Sal Alosi was riding Justin, screaming intensely at him, and that's when Diddy reportedly stepped in, having words with the coach in his office that resulted in Diddy allegedly grabbing the man.
The hip-hop mogul was arrested for getting into a physical altercation with UCLA football conditioning coach Sal Alosi.
Sal Alosi allegedly refused to speak with Diddy, resulting in Diddy threatening to call the police. Sources told the publication that Diddy insists he grabbed a kettlebell and held it up in a defensive position, but did not attack the coach with intent to injure. Sean Combs was allegedly charged for this. A representative for Diddy released a statement to the Associated Press saying the various accounts of the event and the charges that are being reported are wholly inaccurate. What we can say now is that any actions taken by Mr. Combs were solely defensive in nature to protect himself and his son.
You know, it was a big problem. It was just a miscommunication.
Following the incident, the LA District Attorney's Office decided not to file assault charges against him. Diddy is also facing some shocking allegations against him from his ex-girlfriend, Gina Hunn. In a 2019 interview with Tasha K that has resurfaced, the model says she dated Sean Combs for 5 years and was repeatedly mistreated by him. Gina claims she and Diddy started dating while he was on a break from his longtime girlfriend, Cassie, but the relationship was riddled with physical mistreatment. The allegations that she spoke about are horrendous. Unfortunately, we can't repeat them here due to the risk of being flagged, but you're more than welcome to Google and search them up.
He stomped on my stomach really hard, and
Sean Combs is not on good terms with his ex-girlfriend Cassie, especially after she claims Diddy blew up a car in a fit of rage. The pair dated for over a decade before ultimately calling it quits in 2018. According to Entertainment Weekly, Cassie filed a federal complaint against Diddy and alleged that he blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Cassie. Cassie went on to explain that her ex-boyfriend frequently reminded her of his ability to cause serious harm. That said musician has been revealed to be Kid Cudi, whose representative confirmed Cassie's complaint in a statement. Cassie claimed that she and Kid Cudi were romantically involved while she was on a break from Sean Combs in 2011. Upon learning of a correspondence between Kid Cudi and Cassie, Diddy allegedly attacked the artist.
I'm a savage whenever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
In the following year, Kid Cudi's car was found exploded in his driveway. Sean Combs' attorney denied the allegations, describing them as riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation, seeking a payday. In a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show, Usher admitted that his mentor L.A. Reid sent him to live with Combs in New York City when he was kickstarting his career. The singer called it a curious experience and left a lasting impact on him. Usher revealed that he was up into the early hours of the morning alongside some of the rap industry's biggest stars at the time. When asked if he would place his own under Diddy's wing, he responded, "Heck no." Federal investigators have searched Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles amid an investigation. TMZ also caught footage of P. Diddy pacing around the Miami airport just hours after the raids began in his homes, where he was reportedly stopped by customs. While he wasn't detained, it was reported that he and members of his entourage were questioned by federal agents after flying on his private jet. The investigation comes months after Diddy denied claims lodged against him by his former girlfriend Cassie. At the time of this video, P. Diddy's whereabouts remain unknown. Federal investigators investigators prevented Diddy from departing the Miami airport on his way to the Bahamas prior to takeoff. This was according to NBC News. He continued to maintain his innocence in light of the accusations, claiming he was involved in a scheme. So all in all, I think we can agree that if these claims are true, Diddy is not a very good person. Some of us are really hoping he goes down hard.
Why isn't Jennifer Lopez saying anything about this?
First, I didn't like him at all, you know? I didn't. I thought he was like...
Well, P. Diddy actually had a lot of celebrity allies, some that you would never believe. In fact, there seems to be some need to actually expose who these people are because they refuse to expose what they know about P. Diddy.
And find out what's going on and be by.
And it seems like staying away from the news surrounding P. Diddy actually might be the smart move for these A-list celebrities that we know so well. So let's talk about some of the most influential celebrities who have these close ties to Diddy, yet actively refuse to expose him. Ashton Kutcher. Whoa. Did you know that Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy are actually best buds in the business?
It's going a little bit though.
It's going?
Yeah.
Kutcher revealed that, they have a sort of bro-like relationship. And while Ashton Kutcher was on the show Hot Ones on YouTube, he revealed that him and Diddy are sort of these goof boys together, and he said that they became fast friends. They used to hang out and just watch football together, probably eat wings, order pizza, drink beer, the old classic of bros. But Ashton, however, has been abnormally quiet ever since P. Diddy's been tangled up in some legal woes.
It was a big problem.
The word on the street is that Ashton Kutcher is playing it safe to protect his own side. A source told the Daily Mail that there's just no way that Ashton or Mila Kunis are ever going to stick their necks out for Diddy right now. Even though they go way back, Ashton's been keeping his distance ever since the lawsuit was brought upon P. Diddy, and especially now with all the new drama, there's just no point of even saying anything. And it looks like Mila Kunis is not having any of it either, because she's put her foot down. She's making sure that Ashton keeps his distance from Diddy and says nothing. A source close to Mila Kunis claims that Mila's not taking any chances. She will not let Ashton be in any sort of contact or have anything to say regarding P. Diddy.
It's like it's starting to go.
Right.
But I'm a baseball cap guy, so I think I'm okay.
And apparently there are rumors that a subpoena could be coming Ashton's way, so for that we shall wait to see what happens. Ooh, remember this guy? The one that performed at the Super Bowl? Usher, that's his name. Back in the early 90s, Usher, just a 14-year-old rising pop star, actually lived with P. Diddy after scoring a record deal in LA. It was supposed to be a sort of mentorship relationship, with Diddy showing Usher the ropes in the music game, but hey, it also meant that Usher got a front row seat to P. Diddy's party scene. And let's just say that young Usher partied. In a chat with the Rolling Stone magazine back in 2004, Usher said some crazy stuff. He claimed that there were always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having fun as a group, if you get my gist. He never knew it was gonna happen. Yep. Apparently that was just another day at P. Diddy's crib with 14-year-old Usher crashing on the couch. Fast forward though to 2016, and Usher was a little bit more tight-lipped to say about those wild times. When he was asked about the parties on the Howard Stern show, he played it cool, all laid back, calling it pretty wild, and admitting that he didn't fully get what was going on, probably because he was just the age of middle schooler. But as of now, P. Diddy's got those legal troubles that we all know about, and Usher's been keeping a low profile. Coincidence? I think not. In fact, it's probably best that Usher just keeps his mouth quiet, says nothing, and continues on with his life for now until he might be hit with that subpoena, but let's just see where the tide takes us. On to Naomi Campbell. Back in 2002, there were whispers about P. Diddy and supermodel Naomi Campbell being a romantic thing. And while they've never actually confirmed it, they've stayed tight over the years and even pop up together at events. And Naomi did once rave about their bond, saying that hanging out with Diddy is quote unquote always an adventure. She said, "I just never know what's gonna happen with Puff." That is what the P stands for. It's always something magical. I went to dinner with him a few weeks ago, and after dinner we ended up in a recording studio with 4 boy band groups auditioning. It was the most amazing talent. This is why for me, when I'm with him, I just roll with it. I love his company, I love his demeanor, I love his love towards me, and I love our friendship. And you know what, Naomi? I bet you don't love him now, do ya? Fast forward though to November 2023, Naomi threw P. Diddy a little birthday bash in London with stars like Janet Jackson and Idris Elba in attendance. But now with P. Diddy's legal drama, Naomi seems to be keeping her distance. And after Cassie's lawsuit news broke against P. Diddy, Naomi actually quietly removed pictures from her party off of Instagram, and she's been keeping real quiet, and for good reason, because let me just tell you, Naomi, you don't want to get involved with this. On to Lil Kim. I guess that stands for Lil Kim. P. Diddy's friendship with Lil Kim goes way back to the 90s when she was signed to the notorious B.I.G.'s record label. Even though Kim and Diddy got tight over the years, she never actually inked a deal with his label. In fact, she claims that Big E actually brought her to Puffy. She once told MTV News in an interview that he said she's too pretty to be rapping and female rappers don't look like her. So what am I supposed to do with her? I don't know, if that's a pickup line, 5 out of 10. Apparently they've actually had a pretty rocky relationship throughout the years though, and they became close recently as Lil Kim shared a picture for his birthday, yet she has yet to say anything regarding the lawsuits. But I feel like she knows a little bit. And last but not least, the one we've all been waiting for, Jennifer Lopez. Although Charlie Sheen hasn't said anything either. Back in 1999, P. Diddy began dating Jennifer Lopez for 2 years before they split up in 2001. Later on in an interview, J-Lo would attribute their breakup to P. Diddy's infidelity, revealing that he was in fact the first man to go out and cheat on her. She said, "I was in this relationship where I was going nuts and it really took my whole life and put it into a tailspin. I never caught him cheating, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to a club for a couple of hours and then never come back for the night." See, J-Lo and Diddy remained actually somehow on good terms, reuniting at a residency party back in 2019 where they did share an intimate hug. And then in 2021, Diddy actually posted a throwback pic of him and J-Lo, with fans accusing him of taking shots at her silently and through cryptic message, yet he explained that it wasn't about trolling, she was just his friend, and that he didn't have anything to say about her relationship or her life. And it seems that if you were in J-Lo's best interest, P. Diddy, perhaps you wouldn't have even posted anything. And it would be in J-Lo's best interest to not say anything about the P. Diddy situation, and it seems like she hasn't and she won't.
P. Diddy is done after unbelievable footage surfaced of him being a complete monster to his ex Cassie Ventura. Various celebrities have spoken out, and here's what some of them have been saying.
Shocking and sickening video showing Sean Diddy Combs attacking a woman.
50 Cent. Now, he's somebody who's been keeping up with Diddy's legal troubles and has not hesitated to share his thoughts on social media. While sharing about P. Diddy's apology video on Instagram, 50 Cent captioned the picture, "This is not going to work. Who's advising him right now? Shake my head. Terrible move." Then there's also Aubrey O'Day, who took to X to slam Diddy, and here's what she tweeted. "Diddy did not apologize to Cassie. He apologized to the world for seeing what he did. He says he's disgusted with himself now, and he was disgusted with himself then. But apparently he wasn't disgusted enough with himself to not pin the statement out calling her a liar and denying all of it. Leave God and mercy out of this. They aren't present here, and you know it."
I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
Whoopi Goldberg, she also had some thoughts to say about Diddy's Instagram video where he apologized. She featured it on The View and she shook her head silently in reaction, and she later said, "It's easier to be sorry after people found that you lied."
And we must never forget that. It takes a lot to come here.
Alex Fine, who's Cassie Ventura's husband, wrote on Instagram, "I want my kids and every kid to live in a world that's safe for women and girls, protects them and treats them as equals. To women and children, you're not alone and you are heard." He also shared a letter to women and children that he wrote before the whole Diddy video had surfaced. And in it he said, "Men who hit women aren't men. Men who enable it and protect these people aren't men."
I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Alyssa Farr Griffin also chimed in, and during the View's Hot Topic segment, Alyssa Farr Griffin, she expressed dismay that Diddy did not include a message for young males in his apology video. During the discussion, she also recounted her personal experiences with being in a similar situation like Cassie and having those experiences. Yeah, it was just an awful time for her. Here's what she said in her own words. Part of this conversation I've seen since this video emerged is this question of why didn't she leave? I want to speak to that. Alyssa then went on to say that she experienced similar things like I was mentioning before in our past relationship, similar to what Cassie had to deal with Diddy. And speaking about this, she added, I was one of the lucky ones where the power dynamics were in my favor. I could leave, I could walk away, I could remove myself from him. There's an entire industry of making money off of him. She had no hope to get away from him. Stand-up comedian Cedric the Entertainer had this to say via Instagram. This video of Diddy doing this to Cassie is deplorable and diabolical. And then he goes on to say this, and I quote, as a father to daughters and young men, he must take real time to atone his and all the souls he has affected. It's the kind of damage that permeates generations. Maria Shriver, the ex-wife of Arnold Schwarzenegger, tweeted this, it makes me want to throw up. Meghan McCain also chimed in. She's a former View co-host, and she shared her thoughts over on X. And this is what she tweeted. I can barely stomach watching it. This is what he was comfortable doing to her in public. I truly can't imagine what he did to her in private. Put him in jail now, today. Stop worshiping celebrities and fame. Kristen Chenoweth also had this to say over on X. I've just seen the Sean Puffy Combs. There is no excuse no matter what his defense is. Heartbreaking, I used to love him. Honestly, I have my reasons for the Sean Combs video bothering me so much. The main thing I need to do is pray for him for real. Now, after saying this, some followers criticized her, and she ended up defending her post, saying that she believes in the power of prayer because she also dealt with similar experiences like Cassie did, and she said, no, how she got through it was a lot of prayer. Kelly Price also commented after seeing Diddy's apology video after the other one surfaced where he was going after Cassie. Kelly Price decided to share a message to the rapper in the comment section, and here's what she said. It is my sincere prayer that the power of the Holy Ghost overtake you so that you do not only have a change of heart, but a change of mind and a change of direction. She's a gospel singer, so that's where she's coming from in her comment. And she also deleted the comment afterwards, but here's what she also said. I have seen you at your best and at your worst. I know what you are capable of being when you were at your best, despite the seductions of this industry. Outside of the celebrities who have commented on this, Cassie Ventura's lawyer responded to Diddy's public announcement with a statement, and here's what they said. Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. And these are the words of Cassie's attorney, Meredith Feiertag, and she released a statement, and she went on to say, when Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. And then she continues that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words.
Diddy seems to have become averse to the thought of walking down the aisle, even though he is often boasting about his success with women. Despite having been in long-term relationships in the past, he has frequently avoided talking about marriage, attributing his doubts about formal marriages to a difficult background.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
Just didn't want to do it, he stated in a 2022 Revolt TV interview with Young Miami. Just didn't want to, never had a desire to get married. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, my father lost his life when I was very young, when I was 2. And my mother, she just never wanted to have men around. Years before, on Watch What Happens Live, he made no secret of his dislike for lifelong commitments, citing the enormous responsibility and potential for legal troubles as turnoffs. I think you have to be ready for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that.
There's somebody else's heart involved, and that's a lot of responsibility. And I don't want to be going to courts and having somebody be interfere in my relationship. So I'd rather just do the Goldie Hawn. He said, referencing Hawn's famously unmarried but committed relationship with Kurt Russell. Diddy, on the other hand, just likes a different kind of agreement. He's not entirely against formalizing relationships. I will give a contract, he declared. I will commit to a contract, a love contract. Diddy may avoid the institution of marriage altogether, but he is welcoming parenthood into his life. He says that his children are his pride and delight, and he has no difficulty fathering children with several different women. There are currently 7 kids who refer to Diddy as daddy. He had 4 children with his late ex, Kim Porter, a daughter with his friend, Sarah Chapman, a son with fashion designer Misa Hilton, and another daughter with Dana Tran.
Being able to see my kids and give them that comfort of them seeing me and everything's all right, it's a beautiful thing.
This is when things start to get intriguing or dubious depending on your perspective. In 2018, during an interview on The Breakfast Club, Diddy stated that he aspired to have almost 12 children, challenging Nick Cannon in that regard. My goal is to reach 10. It's a race, he teased, adding that at the time, all he wanted was a child with Cassie, his then girlfriend, who subsequently accused him of SA. Whatever is supposed to happen in the future is going to happen, but that's something that I want, he stated. I would only have it with my girl, of course. Diddy didn't reveal the birth of Love Sean Combs, his 7th kid, until the very end of 2022. I'm so blessed to welcome my baby girl, Love Sean Combs, to the world. He wrote in a tweet, Mama Combs, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Delilah, Jesse, and myself all love you so much. God is the greatest. Though there have been public festivities, information on his relationship with his youngest child's mother is still murky. The label Bad Boy Records, which Diddy launched in 1993 and has drawn artists like Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Maze, is the hub of his empire. Although Diddy frequently presents himself as a coach who develops potential, not every player on his roster would concur, Maze being a prominent example.
You can't understand, we be Waikiki.
At a 2020 pre-Grammys dinner, Diddy accepted an Industry Icons Award and said black music has never been respected by the Grammys. This sparked the start of their enmity. Maze took advantage of the occasion to criticize Diddy for his alleged hypocrisy, exposing in a since-deleted Instagram post that Diddy has a track record of taking advantage of his artists and locking them into unfavorable contracts. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artist and been extremely unfair to the very same artist that helped you obtain that icon award on the iconic Bad Boy label, he told Wrap Up, adding that he had been paid just peanuts. Not one to back down, Maze disclosed in another deleted post that the witnesses to these dubious deals, including Biggie, Craig Mack, and Black Rob, were no longer with us to support his accusations. Diddy responded by saying that Maze owed him $3 million, and everybody else you made sign the paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about, he declared. I'm the only one with guts. Finally, in 2023, Maze and Diddy came to an agreement that gave Maze the ability to regain his publication rights. That year, Diddy gave back the music rights to his musicians in an effort to lead by example, or maybe as a kind of atonement. To quote him, it's just doing the right thing. It's not a publicity stunt or anything like that. Cassie just told her side of the story when it comes to P. Diddy. Stay tuned.
Cassie is finally speaking out following her allegations against Sean Diddy Combs.
After a video of the rapper being truly heinous to Cassie Ventura in a hotel in 2016 was recently leaked, Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend made an emotional statement thanking everyone who came out to offer their love and support. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now, but this is only the beginning. The The singer wrote in a post on Instagram, "DV is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past." CNN released a video of Ventura kicking and throwing the woman to the ground, prompting him to make the comment. After that, Diddy apologized, calling his behavior in the video inexcusable and expressing his disgust at what he had done.
I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
The incident seemed to support allegations of violence made by Ventura in a lawsuit that was settled last year, allegations that Diddy had previously refuted. Ventura expressed her gratitude to everyone who took the time to take this matter seriously in a message. "My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in." She also gave others words of encouragement. "I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear," Ventura wrote. "Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie."
I think everybody's entitled to, having that moment, I guess.
Ventura started dating personal trainer Alex Fine in 2018, the year her relationship with Diddy ended. The two were married in 2019. In response to her statement, Fine commented, "Love you so much," and said, "She is a perfect example for our daughters." More claims of SA, harassment, and other misdeeds against Diddy surfaced after Ventura filed her case. Late last year, 3 more women accused him of SH.
It was a big problem.
In February, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a second lawsuit, alleging Diddy had harassed and groped him for a full year. Model Crystal McKinney recently filed a second lawsuit against Diddy, alleging that in 2003 he had given her an induced influence and took her. In addition, a federal inquiry on him is purportedly partially concerned with HT. Diddy's attempt at atonement has been questioned by Ventura's legal team ever since he aired his apologetic video over the videotape of the hotel incident. Meredith Firetog, Ventura's lawyer, stated in a statement that Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. She added that Diddy was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. And most recently, rapper 50 Cent has already sold Netflix a documentary in which he charges rival Sean Diddy Combs of multiple SAs. The musician, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, began endorsing the show following Combs' accusation of A and SA by his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Recently marked 50 Cent's confirmation that he had successfully negotiated a massive bidding war with other networks to sell the series to the big streaming service. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm gonna need more episodes, the rapper said in an Instagram post.
That federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Combs was spotted pacing back and forth outside the Miami airport on Monday after his homes were raided. He was seen with one hand in his pocket and the other holding what appeared to be a cell phone while outside a customs office.
But as to where he was during these raids is still unclear.
Just a couple hours after Homeland Security descended upon his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. He was not seen in handcuffs. Eyewitnesses told TMZ that he and some other people got stopped by the police at the airport. Diddy's homes were swarmed by federal law enforcement agencies in possible connection with an ongoing investigation that Diddy was involved with some horrendous stuff.
Raiding the mansion as part of a federal investigation into trafficking.
According to video footage obtained by Fox 11, Homeland Security arrived at his properties readily prepared for anything. They were later seen taking several men out of the homes in handcuffs.
I'm serious about love, y'all. I'm all in on love. I decided I'm just gonna be love all the way.
I personally think, and some people may not agree with me, that Diddy has been getting away with too much for too long. The things he has done are deplorable. Man or woman, you aren't safe from this dude.
Maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not.
Some people have even said that he is the one who put out the hit that got Tupac. Diddy's 2 sons, Justin and King, were apparently questioned by authorities, but Diddy was not seen on either premise at the time of the raids. The raids came after several lawsuits were brought against him, and that includes some pretty horrible things that I can't even repeat due to the possibility of being reported.
Accusing him of trafficking and
And recently, Diddy's former producer and videographer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, claimed that Diddy repeatedly physically mistreated him over a 10-month span while he was working on the rapper's album. Several other women have made claims similar, including Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, who's been so brave in speaking out.
This comes as Diddy faces legal troubles, including a lawsuit filed by ex-girlfriend singer Cassie.
As fans patiently wait for new details to emerge and the case develops, it's been no secret that Diddy has been having a difficult time in recent months after several lawsuits were filed against him. According to NBC News, these were made by singer Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, and good for her. It's good to know that he isn't going to get away with it. In the filing, Cassie depicts Diddy, who is head of her former label and then romantic partner, as alluring her into what she first perceived a fatherly protective relationship. It turned out to be an actual nightmare. Once they entered a romantic relationship, Diddy and his inner circle allegedly controlled every aspect of her life.
Diddy has denied those claims.
Diddy successfully kept her under his thumb through his alleged tactics, which consisted of crazy things: damaging people's car, dangling a friend over a 17th floor balcony, and making her carry objects that she's not supposed to have in her purse. These are just some of the horrendous allegations. She never went to the police out of fear that it would just merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. Diddy denied the allegations. Diddy has made no comment on social media, but is trending on X as fans discuss the situation. So thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of this video. I know this information was a little dark. If you wanted to explore it more, I encourage you to look into it, as we were limited in what we could say here. Let's just say Diddy has done some really awful things, and some things are still not yet uncovered.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Fans are calling P. Diddy and Justin Bieber's relationship creepy as more news emerges about Diddy's actions. This started after a certain video of Justin and Diddy came out where Diddy claimed to have been given custody of Justin via Usher.
Been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
He said he signed to Usher and had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album.
Let me tell you one time.
Diddy continued as he stood next to the teenage Justin in the video. I don't have legal guardianship of him, Bieber, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy. Diddy continued in the now viral video.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, up full crazy.
2 years later, another video came out of Diddy and Justin where Diddy asked Justin why he didn't hang out with him anymore. Diddy tells the 17-year-old, "You're starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out."
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number. So want my number? Justin responded. It seems that the two were able to exchange numbers and remain in touch over the years.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, you never really got my number, so.
Justin has yet to comment on the raids that occurred at Diddy's houses. Diddy's houses in Miami and Los Angeles were raided by Homeland Security. A statement from law enforcement to the Mirror about the raid read, "Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners."
Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions raided by SWAT teams.
We will provide further information as it becomes available. Aaron Dyer, Diddy's lawyer, told the Mirror in a statement there was a gross overuse of military-level duties as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of duties and hostility exhibited by authorities the way his children and employees were treated. He added, "This unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name." Innocent? I personally don't think so. There are way too many allegations and way too much proof, and it's all coming to light. There are so many allegations being made about Diddy right now, and due to the risk of being flagged, we can't even really speak about them on here. His ex-girlfriend Cassie went through so much dealing with him, and if you search to see, she's done an amazing job of speaking out. Not only are women coming forward to speak out about the horrendous stuff he has done, but men are also. This guy doesn't discriminate when it comes to people he chooses to torment.
So P. Diddy has been facing controversy for quite some time now, but with the recent news of all of his wrongdoings and the searches from the federal government, it seems to have come to light that there have always been people in Hollywood that just cannot stand him. And although this is nothing new, it's time to actually take a dive into who those people really are and why they cannot stand P. Diddy, aside from all the bad things he's been doing. Aubrey O'Day. Mr. Diddy and Aubrey O'Day's paths first crossed during P. Diddy's stint with Danity Kane, the girl band that O'Day was part of. And fast forward just 3 years ago into the group's journey, and things took a dramatic turn when Aubrey, along with another member D. Woods, got the boot from P. Diddy. And while Diddy publicly stated that Aubrey needed a reality check, she herself later revealed a different side of the story, and according to her, it wasn't about her attitude, it was about her refusal to comply with certain expectations beyond just making music and doing interviews to promote the band and their albums. And it's safe to say that the expectations that this P. Diddy man might have had for Aubrey could have been extremely unwarranted and unattainable.
Got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
50 Cent, the first rapper on the list of many, because 50 Cent and Diddy have had it out for one another almost as long as the world has been spinning. And 50 Cent has been in the entertainment industry a long time. Be it the way that P. Diddy dresses and hugs people and talks about Notorious B.I.G. or collaborates with other artists, it doesn't matter because 50 Cent is just not here for it. And to say he dislikes Diddy is an understatement, and they have taken constant digs at each other in the media.
Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out? And he was like, why don't we like go shopping? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what this just say?
Drake, our second rapper on the list, and actually probably one of the most prominent musicians in the world. Mr. P. Diddy and Drake apparently had a little bit of a run-in and a disagreement over a song that Drake released called 0 to 100. And the disagreement reportedly actually might have turned physical and sparked quite the buzz. However, P. Diddy denied any allegations that he even laid a finger on Drake, and on the other side of the ring, Drake and a few other celebrities, including Charlemagne the God, are sticking to their guns, insisting that they witnessed the altercation firsthand with their own eyes. Yeah, that's only rapper number 2, but on to Danity Kane, the group of singers themselves who looked like they were going to be the next great girl group when they were signed to the Bad Boy record label in 2004.
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
However, in 2008, when Aubrey O'Day that is, and D. Woods were fired, like we mentioned previously, the dynamic of the group changed. They were never able to recapture the sound that the original 5 had when P. Diddy first signed them, and apparently P. Diddy was accused of making remarks that were deemed very demeaning towards the entire group. Jay-Z, let the rappers continue because there seems to have been a large feud between Jay and Diddy. Jay Diddy. The feud between Jay and Kanye actually affected Jay's relationship with P. Diddy so much so that they actually didn't talk for 3 years, although they were actually spotted catching up at some point in 2019, but it's safe to say that we don't know if they're friends. Eminem, just another rapper, here we go. A while back, Eminem stirred the pot, making a bold claim about P. Diddy, suggesting that he had a hand in the tragic passing of the rap icon Tupac. And that is some heavy stuff and a really bold claim, but Eminem claims that perhaps it was just a joke, so he shouldn't take it so seriously. I don't know, that's a pretty crazy claim to make. Kanye West, similar to Jay-Z, as I mentioned, there seems to have been a lot of lumen rap battles between Kanye and Diddy, and perhaps the fact that there have been so many of these rap battles and claims at one another in the media, there really just isn't much love between Diddy, Jay-Z, and Kanye.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't nobody anyway, and the reason why you got chalk is because you did a deal, you fed.
Now this is a bit of a different one, but the Recording Academy themselves, as P. Diddy has actually called them out multiple times for their lack of respect for black artists and rewarding them for their accomplishments. So anyone who has taken part in the Recording Academy or been a part of their award shows or anything, P. Diddy has gone on the record saying that they don't respect black artists. Cassie Ventura. Here we go, because after a roller coaster 10-year-long journey of on-again, off-again romance, it's like a light switch, they finally did call it quits, her and Diddy, that is in 2018. Now fast forward to 2023 and things took a serious turn when Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy, and in it she made some really shocking claims, including physical altercations, and if that wasn't enough, she also claimed that Diddy himself actually exploded Kid Cudi's car.
I will advocate for you.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
Wendy Williams. Back in the 90s, when Wendy Williams was ruling the airwaves as the radio host of a generation, she made some waves by suggesting that P. Diddy might be attracted to the same gender. And while needless to say, that didn't really sit too well with the man himself because he self-proclaimed to not be. In fact, Mr. Diddy was so irked and put off by Wendy Williams' comments that he reportedly got her fired from the station. And I don't know, talk about holding a grudge and talk about learning in the new age. Come on, Mr. Diddy, that ain't cool. And the tension didn't stop there because in 2015, Wendy Williams was at it again, this time taking aim at P. Diddy's relationship with none other than Cassie Ventura. And she was saying a lot of things, some things along the line that P. Diddy treated her like a possession more than a partner. Ouch.
Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about sex.
My thing about when you date a mogul is like he can hire a plane right now. And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy.
Man, you got some visitors, dog.
The P. Diddy scandal is out of control after his mansions were raided both in LA and Miami.
Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions raided by SWAT teams.
And let me tell you, this isn't getting out of control because, well, for no reason. Just because he hasn't said anything yet regarding the situation at hand, these allegations against Mr. P. Diddy are Mr. P. Crazy.
The home of rapper P. Diddy is being raided.
Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, is what he wrote back in 2023.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
But get this, Prince Harry recently got caught up in a $30 million lawsuit involving Mr. Sean Diddy Combs. And these are some serious allegations regarding inappropriate actions.
Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations. Sean Diddy Combs.
According to court papers that were filed by the music producer Lil Rod, P. Diddy supposedly hosted some extremely wild parties where these guests were drawn in by promises of close ties with celebrities and athletes and politicians and even Prince Harry. Yeah, it seems to be something common for these Hollywood showdowns. Although apparently Prince Harry is not being associated with the lawsuit in the way that you might think. But there are ties between Harry and Diddy that go all the way back to a certain party from 2007. And since Homeland Security recently raided the homes of P. Diddy.
This is part of an ongoing investigation started by Homeland Security Investigations.
It seems like the rapper just decided that it really wasn't worth commenting on anything, especially regarding Prince Harry, and of course Prince Harry hasn't commented on anything himself. But the Miami airport had federal agents searching all of his properties while he was spotted there. And so what exactly has been going on between P. Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, who dropped the bombshell lawsuit against him last year, and Diddy, because she didn't hold out in calling out what she described as very depraved conduct. And the fact that Prince Harry is being jumbled up in all of the lawsuits is a really, really bad look for the royal family. And if Harry does end up getting in trouble for associating himself with P. Diddy and attending these parties, then this could be the ultimate end for Harry and the whole shenanigan with Meghan. Because ever since the two have been making headlines for all of their controversy with their new business endeavors and their new websites, there's just too much going on for the press to handle. So there hasn't been a lot of information yet. So what exactly could Prince Harry have done to get involved in the scandal in the first place? I mean, we can only really speculate. But it's possible that there were some really serious and unlawful actions, perhaps some stuff that Meghan never even knew about. And it is also possible that since Harry's been hanging around all these Hollywood celebrities and all these specially regarded people, that he really is just actually partaking in the things that he really shouldn't be.